Hiya friends, Prepared Suburbanite back at you. Well, it looks like the day may have finally come. What is that day? Well, that day could be the day that the House of Representatives actually impeaches Joe Biden. It could be the day that we will experience a coronal mass ejection, and it could be the day that we are going to need to be prepared. Stick around, I got some details and some thoughts. So one thing that I see in the news, pretty much every conservative place that I went to this morning, they're all talking. Oh, the House is getting ready to file impeachment against Joe Biden, and I wish him the best of luck. I doubt if it'll even get out of the House. Such a slim majority in the House right now of Republicans. The Democrats will all be in lockstep with each other, and that only gives us maybe 2 or 3 vote advantage there. And by God, there are going to be some rhinos out there that are going to say, oh, I don't think impeachment's a real good idea. And I sort of agree with that, that impeachment may not be a good idea, because what's it really going to do to help get Donald Trump elected? Well, I guess if they are successful in the House and it goes to trial in the Senate and they convict him of the impeachment charges, then we get Kamala Harris to be our president, and the whole Democrat place would be in array trying to figure out what to do next. Do they run Kamala Harris? Do they go outside and recruit Michelle Obama or recruit Gavin Newsom to fill the slot? I don't know. But impeaching Joe Biden at this stage, and even what they're thinking about, is the whole Israeli, holding back all the Israeli fighting apparatus, whether it's ammo or missiles or whatever. He's just really trying to placate a small minority of voters in certain places, to just placate them and say, hey, look, I'm on your side, and here's what I'm going to do. They'll just to get their votes. And that, I think, is probably the same kind of nonsense that Donald Trump is facing right now in this crazy New York versus Trump trial, that he's doing illegal things to advance his election chances. And apparently folks on one side of the aisle think that's a chargeable felony effect, and folks on the other side are saying, no, it doesn't matter at all. Well, I don't think it's going to get out of the House, and if it does, it'll die a very painful death in the Senate. They won't even hear it. Chuck Schumer won't allow it to even come to the floor, so they'll just bypass it entirely, and that'll be the end of that. So why waste the time knowing that that's the most probable outcome? Well, they're going to waste time because they can't figure out what else to do. And they can't figure out that the country is in dire need and in dire straits right now. They can't seem to figure out, the Republicans I'm talking about in the House, they can't seem to figure out the right thing to do that is going to ensure that Donald Trump gets elected this fall, this November. So there's that. Now, I've been hearing in a lot of different pepper areas that we've got a fairly high chance of being exposed to a pretty severe coronal mass ejection. And it's supposed to come tonight, late this afternoon, sometime during the night. Apparently there has been 6 coronal mass ejections that have been detected on the sun over the last few dozen hours or so, and they're talking 10 to 12% chance that we're going to see a big one. Well, if it's anything like the cicada outbreak that we're supposed to be experiencing here in the South, I don't suspect that much is going to happen with this. But it's always good to be on alert, to be aware, to know what's going on out there in this crazy world that we live in. So if you are concerned at all or even curious about the effects of the coronal mass ejection, do some research, get out there, take a look at what impact it could have on our electric grid, on our communications, the internet, our power grid, your automobiles, your radios, who knows what it could do. So there's a pretty high chance that we're going to see some impact of it either later this afternoon or overnight, and possibly a little bit into Saturday and maybe Sunday. We'll see, depending on what's going on. There's a pretty active storm system on the surface of the sun right now, and it's directing the coronal mass ejections our way right now, and that's not good. So I guess we'll have to see. All I can say is if you've got a Faraday cage, make sure you got your sensitive electronic equipment in there. Get things unplugged. Make sure you've got enough food, water, and shelter to get you through if this does affect the grid and does affect our communications abilities. Just make sure you've got everything you need to survive for however long it's going to take, if it happens at all. I don't know what else to tell you. I took some steps this morning, took some walkie-talkies and some handheld radios and put them in the Faraday box that I rigged up a couple of years ago, and made sure that our water's supply storage is topped off, that we've got a full tank of gas in the vehicle, that we've got enough food, obviously, to get us through. So I would urge y'all to do the same. This is the Prepared Suburbanite reminding you to be prepared always, and I'll see y'all on the next video.